moving like the speed of sound. We can keep on the ground.
Hello girls, guys and gamers, it's Nicky Lee here, and this is the first installment of Subscriber Showcase. It's going to be coming out on once a week on Saturdays, and this week we're joined by ESKAR from ESKARGAMES, so say hello ESKAR.
Hey everybody.
Cool, so give us a little rundown about yourself and your YouTube channel.
So I'm ESKAR. I'm in the US, I live in California. I go to university here and I'm a YouTube game commentator. I play quite a few games on my channel and I do the best I can to basically just record and enjoy that, and so from there what I do is just try to entertain, try to play some games, try to have a good time.
Cool, so a little thing to go over with ESKAR's channel. He's got like a really punctual like upload system. He uploads like every 1 to 2 days, like 2 is like a minimum. And he's got like a real variety of actual content. He does let's builds of fantastic buildings. Like he's got a sky castle one at the moment. It looks beautiful. All you guys say I'm good at building, check his one out. He's a really good builder. He's got a hardcore series that's called Magic Farms. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's Magic Farm. It's a mod pack from Feed the Beast.
Oh, cool. He's got Optimus Die 2. Is that single player or is that multiplayer? You doing it co-op?
It's single player right now. Maybe someday I'll do co-op.
I never do well co-op. I always shout at everyone else. But yeah, he's got Skyrim as well, and he's got like loads of like earlier stuff. He's got loads of retro games like Punch Out, like old school Zelda. Is that the original Zelda?
Yeah, it's the very first one. I did that for one of my streaming Saturdays.
And of course he does Amnesia, which I hate.
Such a good game though.
I know, but I'm not good with scary games. I absolutely hate them. Everyone's like, I'm just a scaredy cat. I mean this quite open-heartedly. I'm not good with scares. I try not to swear, and those games just make me swear like mental.
Yeah, I do my best. Yeah, but that's kind of nice. I like the game.
So yeah, we kind of touched up on it, like you do live streaming, like you showed on Zelda there, and it's also shown that you've done it on League of Legends.
Yeah, I used to live stream League of Legends.
Yeah, I tried it, but then everyone just absolute trolls me. I'm rubbish at MOBAs, absolutely rubbish at them. I'm trying to get better. Like me and Sunrise at Sunset, we're kind of practicing on bots on Dota, and we are slowly beating the easy bots. Who are actually really hard. We're doing easy bots for them, and we're doing medium bots for us. And our medium bots are the biggest. Literally, the amount of times I almost swear my face off at these things. If you literally message it, it's amazing. I get so angry.
Yeah, MOBA's all about clicking accuracy and environment surroundings.
Good. They are rubbish. Our bots are rubbish. The enemy's bots work as a team, like really well coordinated ones. Our ones just follow me. If I'm farming in a lane and I'm slowly pushing up, I pull back a little bit so make sure the creeps follow me. Our bots think that me farming is a push, and they all come towards my lane. I'm like, no, just go away. That's
AI for you right there in a mobile game.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, that's definitely AI for you in a mobile game. Yeah, so I played that before. You know, I do the live streams on Saturday. I think this Saturday, which would be today actually, I'm going to be playing Diablo 3 on the live stream.
Oh, cool. So what is your like actual opinion on like all different? What kind of MOBAs have you actually played then?
Well, I played Dota from Battle.net, from the Frozen Throne, so that's like, people call that like the father of the MOBAs.
Yeah.
Like, or mother of MOBAs. It's kind of like the original one. I played that for a while.
Yeah,
with my brother. Yeah, I wasn't as good at that. I was probably 8 years old when I was playing that game. 20 now. It was a long time ago. Or it was a long time ago. I might have been 10, who knows. I wasn't very good at gaming at that point. I've played League of Legends for a while now. Like, MOBAs aren't my favorite genre of gameplay. I usually play like 1 to 3 matches and then I kind of take off for a bit. I can come back, and I love the ability that they have like kind of a replay value that's good because you can come back and play, and just do a little more. But I can't. I'm not one of those people that can sit there and play 14 matches straight or anything like that.
I can do like 2 to 3 matches max, and then I just rage at the walls and punch them.
I usually don't rage. I think my best game in League of Legends so far, I've gone 20-2.
The biggest I've done on like Dota is I think it's like 13-2. And like I only play like 2 characters because everyone else I have no idea how they play. I play as Riki and Viper, that's it. And I only recently knew that there was different classes, so I've only recently learned that there's a class called Carry, and that's what I'm good at. So
Carry class.
Yeah, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm killing people, I like this.
I'm very good at support class actually, except on League of Legends I think I play a carry character, I play Veigar.
I have no idea what it is. I uninstalled it, I paid for some of the currency to buy one of the champions heroes, and then I couldn't figure out how I actually spent it, so I uninstalled it. So they've actually got money of mine, but I've never actually spent it.
Well, you should go in there and you should give it another shot. It's a good game. League of Legends is a good game. I haven't had an opportunity yet to play Dota 2, but I do think I have it in my Steam library.
That's free.
So I think it's in there. I will go ahead and give it a play.
I actually really like it. It's something that I can just, if I'm like rendering or something, I can just chuck it on there and just muck around in it and just die. It's good times.
Yeah, good times.
Also looking at like your channel, it shows that you're like a really big fan of World of Warcraft. Like you've done.
Yeah.
What's this? I don't understand this. Krendor and was it Ditka account? I watched it.
Okay.
And who is Ditka?
Kinda. Okay. So there is a famous coach of American football.
Oh, that's probably I'm from the UK.
His last name is Ditka, and so Krendor named one of his players in his NFL game Coach Ditka, and he kind of created this whole persona for him. And in the video, he asks if somebody could count out how many times he said Ditka in this video.
Yeah.
That would be great. And I was literally just sitting there watching the videos. I'm a big fan of WoW Krendor.
Well, you actually have got a lot. I didn't actually realize how many views you had on that. You've got a lot of views on that.
WoW Krendor watched it. He liked it. He put it on his Twitter, and it made it like kind of explode.
Oh, that's nice.
And so I counted out the Ditkas by cutting them in Adobe Premiere out, and then I individually put in titles with the numbers so it would go up on the video. It took me like an hour and a half to do it, but I didn't think much of it at the time. Like I thought like somebody else was gonna do it too, and I would just do it for fun. And I just put it on my channel and I put it on his Twitter, and then he ended up actually like noticing it. So that was kind of really a cool week for me. It was like, oh my god, WoW Krendor. WoW Krendor is actually one of my favorite YouTubers. I love him so much because he kind of brings that casualness to YouTube that I like.
He's just got such a cool voice. I like his voice. He's got such a chilled voice.
The WoW Krendor.
Yeah. That's the thing, because he teams up with Jesse Cox so much, and Jesse's got such an animated voice, and he's just got a laid-back voice. It's such a juxtaposition between the two.
It's a good team. Yeah, I like Dodger too. I like that the 4 of them actually, Total Biscuit, SoTB, Dodger, Jesse, and Krendor. I think they make a good,
people
group.
say that I remind them of TV, like how clinical and cynical I am with my reviews of people. I'm like,
he is the cynical Brit.
Yeah. I don't really see myself as that. If people say I sound like him, I sound nothing like him. Also, there's a game on Steam called, well, it's not on Steam, it's on Gary's mod called Tropical and Terrorist Town. When I first started playing that, someone said, "Are you Sea-Nanners?" I was like, "I sound nothing like Sea-Nanners." What are you talking about? And they're saying, "No, is this how you speak?" I went, "I speak nothing like Sea-Nanners." Do you even watch any of his videos? So it annoys me when people say that. I'm like,
I've never been compared to somebody. I've never been compared to somebody before, but
I've got like quite a weird voice. To compare with TB and Sea-Nanners, it's quite. I don't know if what to say is a privilege. I say it's more of a disgrace towards them. If they found out, they'd probably hunt me down and kill me.
I don't know. Maybe not Sea-Nanners. Probably TB. TB's kind of. He gets aggressive. I could feel his tensions and anger during the Blood Bowl.
Maybe TB. He gets aggressive.
Well, because I can definitely see, I could feel his tension during. I don't know if you watched the Blood Bowl series. Oh my god, when he lost to Krendor, like I could feel his anger in my screen, like coming out at me. I was like, oh god, Krendor, run, PB will hunt you down. I don't know, but I watch a lot of, I think my biggest influence would definitely be Krendor, when it comes to like how I do my commentary, like, so that's one aspect. I've taken a lot of ideas from PewDiePie, who I work for YouTube as Pewds. When it comes to like putting a graphic in my video, the end of my videos is actually kind of designed after Yogscast, where I have like the, like I tell them thanks for watching, and then I have like a ending graphic with some picture-in-picture videos and links and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The key to being a successful, video creator or content creator is the word that most people throw out these days.
Yeah.
Is to steal from other people ideas, and the people that are at the top of the rung, like the Yogscast and stuff, they've got video editing teams, and so if you go, okay, that's what their video editing team is doing, then that's what I should learn to do. And so a lot of what I've worked on and designed has kind of come out of that, and so over time, across the year, my videos have gotten more and more technically advanced. They take more and more time to make, but they become more and more important to me and more fun with every passing day. So
I was thinking mine isn't actually very technically advanced. It isn't technically advanced at all. I just do pretty much Let's Plays, to be completely frank. I do fade in, fade out. I used to do lots of overlays and transitions, but not so much now. And you saying about influencers, a lot of people don't actually know this. You must be familiar with the YouTuber NerdCubed.
Actually, I'm not. I feel like I need to look this up now.
You've probably seen In the Littlewood, have you?
Yeah.
He's got a series on his called In the Little Cubed.
Oh, In the Little Cubed.
That's NerdCubed. He's a really, I think he's actually quite famous now. He's got probably maybe close to 500,000 subscribers. Probably. He's really, he's got a very clean cut, no transitions, just bam, 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 just chop it up, slap it all together. And he actually took that editing style from this woman who was doing a cooking program on YouTube. And she literally was just doing such a random thing. And he just took that and went, why can't I just include that in towards a gaming commentary?
That's pretty much what I do, too. I watch things and I go, that looks cool, I want to learn how to do that. That looks cool, I want to learn how to do that. I also kind of like expand, like for me, my channel, the ESKAR Games channel has kind of evolved to just kind of be my channel. So there's like animation attempts on there that I just kind of made for no reason whatsoever. I just kind of do whatever I want on the channel, but a lot of it's going to be, like pretty much 90% anyways is gaming. My channel is kind of based around the idea that I'm like a Legend of Zelda nut, and as you can see, it's like all over my image, and it's on my banner, and all kinds of things like that. And then on top of that, I play World of Warcraft. I'm just like a complete nerd on my channel. I just play whatever I want, and whatever people suggest to me. Like if someone suggests a game, I will instantly look it up, and if I seem like it'd be the right kind of game for me, I will instantly play it, record it, and get it up for the person who asked. It doesn't mean that it'll become a series, but it might be like, it's kind of like a Evening with Sips kind of thing. Like, I'll throw it out there, I'll throw it out there, I'll play it. So, that's how I ended up playing Settlers 7 for a while, and then I was like, I just kind of ended up dropping it because there were so many problems with getting it uploaded onto YouTube with the copyright. Like, everything in that game was copyrighted, apparently, and it's just like, YouTube wouldn't even want me to have it up there. It's like, I was like, oh, okay, fine, but I honestly, I read every single comment, whether it's troll or not, and then I read any private message feedback I get. To me, that's the most important thing for the growth of my channel and its future would be feedback. Like, feedback is everything.
Cool, that kind of rolls straight into the next thing. It's like how you've got such a big you're such a big supporter of indie games. Looking through your actual thing here, you've got stuff like Amnesia, which isn't, well, the new one isn't so much, it's more of a higher fidelity, but the original one was very indie. Don't Starve. You've got Ultima Style 2, that's still an indie game. it's still classed like a high tiered version of it, but it is indie.
Yeah, like they're the more popular indie games. It's really
Yeah.
hard to discuss because people think indie means that they're not popular.
No,
indie
it's just
doesn't mean that they're
independent.
not popular. It means that it's an independent developer, right?
Yeah.
And so I've got I got Orchmust Die, I've got Don't Starve, I've got actually a great game that someone on the Access forum posted. They made it's called TXX Ball by Owl PC. And it was on there, and I played that. I would play games that people send me. I actually just met a guy in my calculus class the other day who's developing his own game, and I told him to give me his information, and I take a look at it. I would definitely encourage any indie developers watching this to contact me. I will just play the hell out of your game, just then put it up there for you. It's alright.
Well, I think Chivalry, that's still an indie game. Happy Wheels, that's a Flash indie game. Well, I think has that come on thingy now, Steam?
No, I still play it online. It's still pretty
okay.
much online. I think it might. I haven't played Happy Wheels in a while, actually.
I haven't even played it once. All I know is extremely popular with Tabascus and PewDiePie, so there's really no point for me jumping on there. But
I've been playing for a while just because I really enjoy the game, but Chivalry is definitely a game I play a lot of, and as much as it doesn't have a lot of replay watch value, I would say, on YouTube, I still upload it because I like to let my actual close friends and family like to watch me get my head cut off and how bad I am at the game at times. But actually, ironically, my brother was like, I watch you play the games and I watch you get better. Sometimes you get worse. Sometimes you kind of stay the same. And he's like, with Chivalry, I can see like how much you've progressed. When we were first playing with Alex, and Alex would just completely grind you into the dust, and then nowadays you can actually kind of hold your own on battlefields and stuff. And I was like, yeah.
It's kind of like I've got a series I've been planning to do for a little while now, and like earlier on we touched on it with Dota 2, that I do pretty much training sessions with Sunrise at Sunset. I kind of want to do a series called Dota Diaries, The Adventures of a Noob. And it pretty much is me actually taking my first steps online and see how I can actually progress if I do so from like match to match. So that's something I want to try and do, but I doubt I can actually do it because one, whenever I try to record Dota, it crashes, and two, I know I will swear my face off, so which I don't want to include in videos. So it's something
I try to keep swearing on my videos as much as possible, just because I know that my niece and nephew watch.
Yeah,
and they're like 8 and 4, 8 and 3.
Yeah.
They're really little.
So the last thing like we talked about before, you do your Let's Build on your Minecraft and your Magic Farm. And how many Let's Builds have you done so far?
Well, before I could actually have a computer that handled Let's Builds, I actually did quite a few building videos that just weren't building though, it was showing off what I built.
Okay.
So I had
like
one
showpieces.
Showcases for the builds, but I've got Let's Build ESKAR, which is an ongoing Let's Build that I kind of deviated
that's
from.
Huge.
Right now, the castle, the castle's the only thing I've built so far. The reason I deviated from it was because I lost a lot of the footage while I was building the harbor when I had my computer transition, and so that was kind of like depressing, and I was like, but I still want to do Let's Builds, and I was like, maybe what I'll do is I'll move to a different section of the city, and then I ended up watching Shin do his Sky Castle, and I was like, I think I could totally build a Sky Castle-esque thing, and it kind of gave me like this whole idea for a build, and then that's what's going on right now with that. But probably after that I'll return to doing Let's Build ESKAR and getting other builds and maybe build suggestions. I also have other ideas about Let's Builds that I kind of want to run by some other people. It's things for the future.
Yeah, have you ever thought about doing similar to like what Shin's done with he's got pretty much all his Let's Builds in the same server or the same like instance?
I actually have a map that I built using World Painter that I transfer the builds to.
Okay.
So right now ESKAR is actually sitting on that a big continent along with Port Buscus, which is something I built a while back, and Valeris, which is another city that I built a long time ago, and eventually I'm going to move the Sky Castle onto there, and I'll probably move all my builds onto there. They'll all be collectively on there, and I might start building on that area, on that map itself. Just kind of have my own Let's Build world.
That's cool. So if that was to be like a big world, could you or would you actually bring subscribers and people on for like a live stream just to muck around on maybe not that particular world, but even just a copy of it, so you can go around and explore your creations?
Yeah, I'd probably just make a copy of the map and toss it up onto like a place where people could go and look at it and kind of explore and see things. And it's going to be kind of a large map. I have actually quite a lot more builds planned involving ESKAR, not the city itself, but like almost a storyline involved with that. It's a really large project, and I just haven't had the time with university to kind of go about it, but I definitely want to keep that in my...
Cool. So this is pretty much the time of the interview where I introduce 5 random questions. Each week this is going to be a different question, and so my first question for you is, where did the name come from?
Where did ESKAR come from?
Yeah.
That's a really good story. So when I was in high school, I had a friend. His name was Chris Knowles, and he was kind of like my older brother when it came to being in band and in the trumpet. He would kind of teach me things, and then he'd make fun of me and then show me kind of cool things. And he was a really wacky dude. I really like Chris, and he's out at Channel Islands now studying. So he became a teacher actually, but he signed my yearbook when I was a freshman in high school. He didn't know how to spell my last name. My actual last name is ESKAR, and he didn't know how to spell it, so he spelled it ESKAR. And I said, that's not ESKAR, that's ESKAR. And he's like, that's how I spell your name. That's what I'm gonna call you. And for the next 3 years before he left, or 2 years before he left high school, he called me ESKAR. So I kind of really, the name grew on me. I ended up naming my mage in World of Warcraft ESKAR, and it really has grown on me. I actually kind of tell people to call me ESKAR now when I'm out at school and stuff. Like, I haven't done it in class. I let them call me by my real name in class, but I always tell people I'm ESKAR. I'm like, yeah, I'm ESKAR.
That's really cool. So actually, so your really good mate actually, technically, he named your YouTube channel and your alias.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you owe him everything, pretty much.
Well, he laughed at me when I put it on YouTube and I changed my mage's name and stuff like that. He's like, I made that name up. I didn't say you could use it. And I was like, it's my name. I can do whatever I want with it. But that's where that came from.
Cool. The second question is, what was the first ever game you played, and what was the last game you ever played?
Well, I'm gonna define first game I ever played as the first game I actually played like without help and by myself and managed to get through. Which was The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. It's my favorite game in existence. Everybody knows that I'm a massive fan of Legend of Zelda. If you spend 5 minutes with me, you will learn that is like the first thing ever that you will learn about me, is that I love Legend of Zelda. It's like my whole life. I have like literally 2 feet behind me is a replica Master Sword, and various Legend of Zelda posters. But you know, it was a great game. I loved it so much. It really spawned my love for gaming. Before that, I really didn't have much interest in gaming. And then I played that game when I was very young, and it was the most amazing thing for me. It's my favorite game, followed up closely by Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, another wonderful game. The latest game I've played recently is more of a DLC. Is for Brave New World for Civilization 5. Another one of my most beloved games is Civilization 5. I've played all the Civilizations 1 through 5, and number 5 is it's so awesome. And Brave New World is just amazing. I love it. And just to kind of give ideas, when the first time I had the option to play Civilization 5, it wasn't on my Steam account. It was on my uncle's, and he let me play it for a day or a few days while I was over there, and he had an hour on it, and when I left, it had 31 hours. So I'm definitely an avid Civ player. You can ask my friends in Midcore; they know. not to mess with me when it comes to Civilization.
Yeah, it's kind of a similar story. When I first got Civ 5 Brave New World, it was in the Steam sale, so I got all of them with Gods and Kings. Then I bought Civ 5 Brave New World of Green Man Gaming. It had like 33% off, so it was a bargain. And both me and my brother played Hot Seat. We started at 8 AM in the morning and we finished at 11 PM, and we had just gotten to 1700s AD.
Yeah.
So it was like we hadn't had like lunch or supper or anything. We were like, where the hell's that time gone?
It's the non-MMO time suck. You know, like you play one game of Civilization. I call it Civ for short. Play one game of Civ, and your day is gone. Last night I played Civ Brave New World again on my Steam this time. Though, of course, I bought the game. Yeah. And so I played it on mine. I started about 6, and the next thing I knew, it was 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was gonna go to sleep. And so I ended up doing that. And you know, so that's definitely like the most recent game I played. Aside from that, the newest game that I've played would have to be probably like Shadowrun Returns, which I didn't record anything like that. But that was an interesting game. I played a little bit of it. It didn't feel like it was my kind of game, but it was definitely a good game. Pretty interesting, kind of mystery, murder kind of thing. For those of you who haven't seen it, I think Rithian's playing it.
I played the original one and the crappy first-person shooter that came out for Xbox 360 and possibly PC as well, and that was horrible. It's like, what have you done to Shadowrun? Why? But yeah, the original one's really, really good. It's kind of a steampunk strategic RPG game.
That's exactly the kind of feel I got from it.
Yeah, it's just really good. It's just
it is a good game.
It's such a dialogue-rich game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like every single character it's not just like a passive actual dialogue. It actually summarizes their character really, really well. It's got fantastic writing. So it's quite cheap on Steam at the moment. Actually, I think it's quite steep in general. But if anyone wants something that just is a really immersive game, it's slightly bit different, definitely check out Shadowrun Returns. It's a good game. Next question is, why did you actually start your little YouTube channel? I don't know why you've called it your name, but why did you actually start it?
I started my YouTube channel actually in kind of a reaction mode. I was watching Toby Games at the time and PewDiePie, and then I always read comments on other people's channels to see kind of what people are saying about those channels and try to use those actually on my channel, which is kind of like taking those observations and inferring if I had that on my channel, would it be good or a bad thing. And when I was watching them, I noticed a lot of people were complaining about how people sell out on YouTube and how people do all those kinds of things, and they were talking about how people were saying that you have to sell out to make it on YouTube. And so I said, you know what, I don't think you have to. I think you can go with just the goal of entertaining. I love playing games. I bet I could do this, you know. I bet I could do it. I bet I could get big. I bet I could make it, you know, and I bet I could be successful, and at least the least successful, and not have to promote, not have to do any of those things. And for the large part, you know, I have 77 subscribers, I think right now is the number. You know, and you know, I consider my channel successful based on the videos, not on the subscriber count. And you know, I've been doing it for a year now, and you know, I don't promote myself. I didn't sell myself out. I didn't do any of that yet. So I'm hoping someday, if I ever get bigger, that I will be able to continue to say that. And I really started with just the goal of wanting to entertain, wanting to help people. Like I think some of my first videos were WoW Shaman guides, wanting to help people learn about gaming. I'm actually in the works of making a how to let's build series.
Oh, cool.
So like I'm going to talk about what mods to get, what programs to use, and how to do it. And then I also really wanted to join the YouTube community and collaborate. At the time, I had no idea that it was not easy at all to try to get and collaborate with the big YouTubers. For some reason in my mind, I was just thinking that it would be something that would just happen. And then I was like, oh, these are real people, and they have real lives and real
Yeah.
jobs and real things, and they don't waste their time with, you know, small channels and things like that, and because they get so many people who probably ask a day that it's just ridiculous. And but I hope someday to collaborate and to help bring up, you know, smaller channels if I ever get to be a large channel, and if I stay a small channel, I hope to someday collaborate with larger channels. And you know, I kind of want to be in the community. I want to entertain. I want to make people happy. And I think most of all, one of my favorite things right now, especially with university, is to, you know, I had a rough day. I spent, you know, for 11, 14 hours at school. I want to come home and just watch the ESKAR. And it means a lot to me to be able to come home, watch the ESKAR, watch Wild Crandor. And I want to be like that for somebody, you know, like, oh, I'm tired. I went to work today. Oh, you know, I got home. Oh, it's great. ESKAR uploaded a video. You know, I have something to watch while I eat, you know, lunch or something.
Well,
I wanted to do that.
That's a really good attitude. It's something to me, like, if one person watched my video and enjoyed it, that makes my video a success.
It makes it all the difference. Yeah, it makes it really worth it because, like, I know that it's kind of weird. I have more people outside of my family and friends who watch my videos than people inside. And so I know that some of them have sent me messages, and they're like, you know, don't give up, you know, keep with what you're doing, and make sure that, you know, you just kind of ignore any kind of idea that someone tells you you're small. Don't worry about it. Just do what you do, and, you know, because we love you and we want you to be on YouTube. And so I'm kind of happy about that. You know, it's nice when you get those reassuring messages.
Well,
Keep
it's
up
kind
real good work.
Yeah, it's with me because my friends know that I do YouTube. Like, one friend actually has been on my channel, actually, like, in a video. My family knows that I do it, but I haven't told them my channel. It's not that I'm ashamed of it. It's just I don't really want to. It's not me tainting it. It's I don't want to seem like I'm gonna have to rely on them for support. This isn't like my project.
Yeah,
And
I understand.
if I can do it that way, then I'm more in touch with my audience that way. It's nice having your family one side, and then having my YouTube as people as I talk to and kind of see as friends.
Yeah.
So I've got two families: my YouTube family and my real family.
I definitely agree with that idea. You know, like, I think I've got friends who do watch my videos, but they watch them because they like them, not because of like the friend thing. It's more about the idea that, you know, the people who are watching, I want them to watch because they like to watch.
Yeah, not just to boost views and stuff.
Yeah, not to boost. I really don't care about views and subscribers. Like, if one person, like, if I had one subscriber, I would still upload just as much for that one person. Because to me, it's the most fun thing I've done in a long time is this, and I definitely am gonna keep it against all odds. My girlfriend laughs at me because, like, I tell her, I was like, I don't care how hard school gets, I will never stop. I go, I would rather take a B than an A in a class if I had to keep this up, because this is what keeps me sane right now, is my YouTube channel. So I have to have it, and it's kind of like a lot of the times I'll be out in the real world and I'll just be like wishing I was home making a video, because it's just so much fun for me. And so I think if one person's enjoying it, then that's all that matters.
Cool. So next question is, what is your current favorite series on your channel, and why should people actually watch it?
My current favorite series on my channel would definitely be the Let's Build channel. The Let's Build series, because
Which one? Because you got
the Sky Castle one recently.
Okay.
Definitely that one, because I've put a lot of work into the styling on the videos. I have an introduction that goes into each video. I incorporate like new elements that I hadn't incorporated before, and I kind of was trying to push a little bit of an envelope for myself on that one. I'm using new music. I use new kind of styles and visuals, and it really represents kind of where I'm at right now in my progression. I didn't really talk about it, but I have not taken any class on video making, like anything like that. A lot of people have it on YouTube, but I constantly am researching and watching videos, learning new techniques. I'm like I talked about. I think we talked about stealing earlier from other channels. You know, working on those kinds of things, and so I'm definitely trying to get out a lot of the new stocks and try to elevate my videos to the next level. And I think that series kind of shows the steps that I'm taking towards that direction.
Oh, cool. I kind of touched on what my last question is. What's the one thing you say you've really learned about yourself and your channel in your actual time period of YouTube?
Well, what I've learned about myself is that I really don't care about other people's opinions to a degree. You start out on YouTube kind of like opinion groveling almost. Like you're like, come on, tell me what's going on, let me know. And then eventually you go, oh, someone likes this, they think this about it, that's really cool. Or somebody goes, they think this part sucks about that. Oh, I'll take that into consideration. And it becomes more of a less opinion groveling, more of a like feedback kind of system where you're like, okay, I get to know. Like I think the other day PewDiePie just put on his Twitter, he was like, is there a way to get the feedback out of the YouTube comments and remove the trolls? And I told him, I was like, I don't think there's a way to do that, because everybody wants that feedback, everybody wants to improve, everybody wants to get better. And I think that's what I've learned about myself from YouTube, is that when it comes to opinions, I really only care about constructive criticism. I don't let the bad things keep me down or take me down, especially if like people were to go to my very, very, very early videos that were recorded with Snagit, not even Fraps, and they're absolutely, like, in terms of video quality, horrible. And but you can see the massive jumps and leaps I've made to improve my channel, for those who do watch. What I've learned about my channel is that my channel definitely works best as a relaxed kind of feeling. If I were to take the channel to like a very serious level and trying to kind of overdo the effects on the videos, like I was talking about earlier just like a few moments ago about taking my videos to the next level, if I were to go too extreme with that, it would kind of clash with the style that I have with the videos, which is that they're simple, but they're not bland. They're not necessarily vanilla.
I think as long as you're putting your own spin on it, and I think a lot of people's stuff is, it's kind of weird me saying it, it's carbon copy of everyone else's because they don't do anything different. It's just a solid recording and that's it. So like you said, your personal progression with your own personal editing styles and effects, even like just like overlay and stuff like that, is like how you've actually changed yourself. Like myself, I do it now and then, but not to like a certain degree to what you do. So I've got a lot to learn, but I do loads of studying, but then I need software. It's stupid me doing this. I'm studying Adobe After Effects, but I don't have the software. I like the stuff on it, I just need to get software to do it.
I have spent quite a bit and invested a lot of time into the Adobe software now. I run my channel based on, I have Adobe Premiere, I have Photoshop for my thumbnails, I have After Effects, and I'm reading up on how to learn it. It seems like it's really powerful, really cool. I gotta learn how to use it better. And I actually recently got Adobe Flash so I can make animations, because I'm really getting into the video making, and I'm really it's becoming a lot more the central part of my life, pretty much, is what it's becoming. And so what I've learned about that is pretty much that this is kind of what I want to do pretty much throughout my entire, until I can't do it anymore, pretty much as long as I can.
Cool. So what can we expect from your channel in the near future?
I've got a lot of ideas coming up in the future for new things. Like I talked about, the How to Let's Build series is something I want to do. Starting September 10th is the official date of the release of Amnesia Machine for Pigs, and that will be coming to my channel. Like, if I can get it that day, like that day is going to be the day I get my first Amnesia Machine for Pigs video, and we're going to try to push it up on that, and that's definitely one of the series I'm going to focus on pushing the envelope on. Definitely World of Warcraft is coming back to my channel. It's kind of taken a back seat for a while, but I think also September 10th comes around 5.4 will be released, and I will be making videos on the new Proving Grounds, the Timeless Isle and area. I'm going to try to get some stuff on the Siege of Orgrimmar raid. I've been playing World of Warcraft just much more in the background, less recording of it, focusing on other projects, but I'm definitely going to bring that back up to the forefront of my channel.
Cool, cool. Okay. Last question before we actually wrap this interview up. Is there any likelihood of you doing like a collaboration with like friends, families, or even a fellow YouTuber in the near future, or just sometime?
Well, on my channel I tend to do things like play Chivalry with my friend Alex. I do collaborations with the people from Midcourt Gaming, which are in my About section on my channel. They're a group of guys. Some of them are in Britain, some of them are here in the US, and I think one of them, Sven, is... I know he's Dutch, but I don't know if he actually lives in Denmark. I'm not sure. But yeah, I do games with them, and I will do more collabs. I really like being part of the YouTube community, and so I tend to collab with people who talk to me about it, who ask me about it, and as long as I can find a way to make it work. At times there can be difficulties with scheduling and stuff, but I'm definitely very open to collaborations, and I'm always waiting for the big channel to send down the message, I want you to come and do something with me. That'd be awesome. Those are kind of like the ways I'm taking my channel. It's gonna be relaxed but professional, I think is what I'm going for. And I also want to, be incorporated into the YouTube community, into the network communities, and definitely want to move forward with kind of bringing a kind of central feeling to my channel.
So if someone like watching this, like after hearing that saying you're up for a collab, if one of those was to approach you and like hearing from what you said in this, and they would suggest like you would do collaboration, would that be a possibility if like the chemistry was right between you lot?
Yeah, I mean, if we could get it together, yeah. I mean, I'm a really relaxed guy. I like to play games. I like to be in the community. I like to help. So if somebody walked up to me and was just like, I watched your Let's Build channel or your Let's Builds, and I watched your Orcs Must Die. Do you think we could play Orcs Must Die co-op, and I could record it and put it on my channel? And I'd be like, sure. Just make sure that my voice is in the video, because that'd be kind of weird. But and then we could do that. I don't mind collaborating with anybody at all. Pretty much, I'll collaborate with somebody who has as low as 20 subscribers, and it takes a time to hash out the details of that. Collaborating is probably one of the hardest aspects of YouTube that people don't understand. I know people have been screaming at PewDiePie to play with Toby for years now, and they don't understand how hard that is for him and Toby to get together to play games and record it. And that's why that really hasn't happened. And but yeah, I'm kind of open about that, pretty much, kind of open door policy when it comes to feedback, collaborations, and kind of, things in that area.
So as long as like the schedule agrees with everyone and the chemistry and everything's right, and you've got, of course, games to actually support both of you, then it should be fine.
Yeah, pretty much how that works is kind of like that. I like to play with people. It's always been a major role of gaming, really, for the most part. Unless it's a purely single player game, it's always more fun to play with other people. And usually when they are single player games, they make them more fun for you by yourself. That's why they do that. Yeah. And that's definitely a big part of gaming. Like, I think that is also one of the main reasons why I kind of backed off of WoW, was all of my main core WoW friends stopped playing, and it really kind of was just like, I don't want to play without them. But I'm gonna make my best effort to return to WoW in the near future.
Cool. So I think that wraps us up. So thank you very much, ESKAR, for being my first little person on Subscriber Showcase.
Alright. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I would recommend that
it's been interesting.
People check out your channel for sure too. I like the Big Dick series. That's what I actually subscribe for. That's what I watch. That's what I watch.
The Big Dick, I get so annoyed with it. Like, I got so many views on the first episode. It's my worst video. I'm like, please don't watch that one. Watch the most recent ones.
Oh, I know that feeling. Like, people watch like my earlier videos. I'm like, I kind of almost want to delete them, like just get them, but I also like to have them there so you can see, like, if they're like, oh, this guy made this is an interesting video, and they go to look at my channel and they see like the newest video on the trailer, and they're like, okay, he's changed a lot, he's upgraded. You know, so that's kind of what I do. So yeah.
So yeah, definitely check out ESKAR's channel. It's ESKARGAMES. I'll have an annotation roughly somewhere around here, and also there'll be a link in the description. And like we said, if any of you guys like what he's got, of course, please subscribe and like towards his videos. And just, like he's also said, just give him feedback. Even to myself, I will never grow if we don't know if there's either good things or bad things. Good things we can highlight, bad things we can get rid of. It's kind of simple. But if no one gives us the feedback, we will never grow, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just check his channel. It's a really good channel. It's got really good variety on it, and he does live streaming, which is what we have live streaming next weekend, because that's when I'll be uploading this.
Next weekend will be okay. So next weekend, typically I choose when I'm gonna stream for streaming Saturdays, like on Friday, but I guess I can make a commitment now. I can choose. So next Saturday I will be live streaming Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Ah, cool.
That's what I'm gonna say right now.
Would you be actually posting this on a Twitter, like when you'll be starting the live stream?
Yeah, it'll be on the Twitter. There's Twitter links too on my channel page, and there's also the live stream
Twitch. Yeah, there's Twitch one as well.
Yeah, so
check those out. But yeah, so yeah, thank you very much for being part of this, ESKAR, and thank you guys for watching this. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a bit of a sketchy one. One, it's my first time doing this, and two, I pretty much made up on the spot, and there's a dog in the background.
Yeah, no, I can hear her. See,
yeah,
there we go. People yelling. People are yelling. Quickly, escape, escape.
I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Bye.